Every time we start thinking that we've got our taxes all figured out, something changes. Well, filing Minnesota state income tax returns is going to be even more confusing come next year. Lou Ragoose explains why.
When you file your taxes after the new year, it'll be the first year you could take advantage of an increased standard deduction, which nearly doubled to $12,000 for single filers and $24,000 for joint filers. But last spring, Governor Mark Dayton vetoed a bill that would have aligned Minnesota's tax code with the new federal code. And as a result,
it's a headache for a lot of us.
Tax expert Stephen Warren says unexpectedly, taxpayers will have the option to take the standard deduction for federal income tax while continuing to itemize Minnesota state income tax, since the state hasn't risen the standard deduction amount.
But now, maybe people weren't tracking or keeping receipts for their charitable contributions and medical expenses. They're going to have a nice headache going back and figuring all of that out.
Is it going to cost people more money?
For a lot of people, it will.
Dayton vetoed the tax conformity bill last year because he said it gave too many tax breaks to big businesses and not enough to Minnesota families. Representative Paul Marquardt says it would be too difficult for the Department of Revenue if the legislature tried to push something through in January.
It just would create such significant disruption and confusion and delays for taxpayers that just wouldn't be practical.
So Warren says you should take another look at your tax strategy now and figure out whether it would be better for you to itemize state taxes.
Now, Warren says if you've always taken the standard deduction, you'll still do so and this won't affect you. But if you itemize, you'll end up having to pay your tax preparer more this year. The legislature will work on a fix for next year that could include some retroactive change to 2018 and then maybe refunds for that.